offerings are flowers, campa and bilva, flowers for happiness, white caravira, flowers for health, red ones to captivate kings and ministers, menstrual blood to captivate everyone. The goddess is adored in several colors: white for worldly pleasures and liberation, blue for aversion, red to captivate, smoky to eradicate, and gold to paralyze. This connects Chinamasta with the notorious six rites. The goddess is also worshipped by lovemaking on midnight of the 14th day of dark fortnight and total darkness, after the recitation of 10,000 mantras. The same rite, replacing lovemaking with fasting, is said to produce erudition. Chinamasta is called upon in dangerous situations while gambling in forest and wilderness, in the royal palace, on the battlefield, and when confronting an enemy. The consort of China is Kabanda, the headless trunk. Worship of this Siva gives great siddhi. In the MT, her mate is Parasurama. Dhumavati. Dhumavati Yantras. Traditional Nepal, bottom contemporary Nepal, contains the Dhumbija. Bagala. Bagala Yantras. Top mantra Ma Hod Ha Hiti. Contemporary India. Okay, the next one is called Dhumavati. Okay, we'll pause there. That has been a reading from Kali Kaula, a manual of tantric magic by Jan Fries. Kali Kaula is a practical and experiential journey through the land of living magical art and ritual that is Tantra, guided by the incisive, inspired, and multi-talented hands of Jan Fries. By stripping away the fantasies and exploring the roots, flowers, and fruits of Tantra, the author provides an outstandingly effective and coherent manual of practices. Acknowledging the huge diversity of tantric material produced over the centuries, Jan Fries draws on several decades of research and experience and focuses on the early traditions of Kula, Kaula, and Karama. The result of this inimitable work, which shines with the light of possibility. Welcome, Baba Sima. The result is this inimitable work which shines with the light of possibility. Unique in style and content, this book is more than a manual of tantric magic. It is a guide to the exploration of the inner soul. It contains vital and lucid discussions on how to achieve liberation in the company of numerous Indian goddesses and gods, each of whom brings their own lessons and gifts to the dedicated seeker. It is also an eloquent introduction to the mysteries of the great goddess Kali, providing numerous views of her manifold nature and exploring the immense but hidden role played throughout history by women in development and dissemination of tantric practices and beliefs. Jan Fries explores the spectrum of technique, from mudra to mantra, pranayama to puja, from kundalini aroused to purification to sexual rites, and makes them both accessible and relevant, translating them out of the twilight languages of old texts, setting them in context, both personal transformation, historical evolution of traditions. The web of connections between Tantra and Chinese alchemy and Taoism are explored as the author weaves together many of the previously disparate strands of philosophies and practices. This book challenges the reader to dream, delight, develop, provides an illustrated guidebook on how to do so. Bliss awaits those who dare. Okay, I hope you enjoyed. This is Jordan Gruber reading philosophy books. Health, wealth, love, peace of mind, happiness, and strength and joy to you right now. Oy vey, Reboy Aishaloi Loim. Possible conflict of interest. Why am I bringing it up? Why is saying Okay, everybody, this is Jordan Gruber reads philosophy books. I'm waiting for the new iPhone 15 Pro to be delivered to my house, and my doorbell doesn't work. So, like, if I miss FedEx, I miss the delivery, and I'll never get my phone. And it's like impossible to get FedEx to successfully deliver to my house. So I have to try to figure out why my doorbell doesn't work. Anyways, I'm going to use this new phone to record philosophy books. I've got a library of about 1,000 rare books that I've spent a lot of money on acquiring through eBay. So I want to retire and turn my library into an audiobook collection. And then I'll die when I'm like 105 years old reading, Thucydides out of my asshole. The world can burn as I read all the greatest books ever written. Twilight Zone. The clubhouse police force has arrived. They've reported me. The hallway monitor didn't like my hallway pass. Sadi, where do you live, in India? Oh, shit. This is from a book called Aphorisms. If women are often frustrated because men do not respond to their troubles by offering matching troubles, men are often frustrated because women do. If women and men talk equally in a group, people think the women talked more. If men see life in terms of contest to struggle against nature and other men, for women life is a struggle against the danger of being cut off from their community. If women resent men's tendency to offer solutions to problems, men complain about women's refusal to take action to solve the problems they complain about. If all men are born free, how is it that all women are born slaves? If you catch a man, throw him back. If a stranger taps you on the ass and says, "How's the little lady today?" you will probably cringe, but if he's an American, he's only being friendly. If you go out with a girl and they say she has a great personality, she's ugly. If they tell you a guy works hard, he's got no skills. If a woman has to choose between catching a fly ball and saving an infant's life, she will choose to save the infant's life without even considering if there are men on base. Michael, oh, if a woman has to choose between, if all women's faces were cast in the same mold, that mold would be the grave of love. If a woman gets nervous, she'll eat or go shopping. A man will attack a country. It's a whole other way of thinking. If the world were a logical place, men would ride side saddle. If Michelangelo had been a heterosexual, the Sistine Chapel would have been painted basic white and with a roller. If you want to say it with flowers, remember that a single rose screams in your face, "I am cheap." If you fall asleep on the couch in a house where a woman is present, there will be a blanket or a coat covering you when you awaken. If you wish women to love you, be original. If men were as unselfish as women, women would very soon become more selfish than men. If a man is vain, flatter. If timid, flatter. If boastful, flatter. In all history, too much flattery never lost a gentleman. If I were asked to describe the difference between the sexes in the gay world, I would say that men wanted to be amused, the girls sought vindication. If people are worried about unfair advancement, they should look at the sons in law of the world running companies. They've truly slept their way to the top. If God is male, then male is God. Mary Daly, American feminist theologian and beyond God the Father. If men can run the world, why can't they stop wearing neckties? How intelligent is it to start the day by tying a little noose around the neck? If men and women are to understand each other, to enter into each other's nature with mutual sympathy, and to become capable of genuine comradeship, the foundation must be laid in youth. If talking were aerobic, I'd be the thinnest person in the world. If women were in charge, all men's underwear would come with an expiration date. If the heart of a man is depressed with cares, the mist is dispelled when a woman appears. If high heels were so wonderful, men would be wearing them. If they ever invent a vibrator that can open pickle jars, we've had it. If any human being is to reach full maturity, both the masculine and feminine sides of the personality must be brought up into consciousness. If a man hears much that a woman says, then she is not beautiful. If I had learned to type, I never would have made Brigadier General. If she is homely, the doors of opportunity are firmly closed against her. If men knew all that women think, they would be 20 times more daring. If men could get pregnant, abortion would be a sacrament. If I had to wear high heels and a dress, I would be a mental case. If a woman hasn't got a tiny streak of harlot in her, she's a dry stick as a rule. If you removed all of the homosexuals and homosexual influence from what is generally regarded as American culture, you would pretty much be left with, let's make a deal. Man is only a little lower than the angels should reform. If it can't be fixed by a duet tape or WD-40, it's a female problem. If I fail, no one will say she doesn't have what it takes. They will say women don't have what it takes. If you were on a sinking ship and yelled women and children first, how much feminist opposition do you think you'd get? If American men are obsessed with money, American women are obsessed with weight. If women dressed for men, the stores wouldn't sell much, just an occasional sun visor. If a woman chooses to look sexy, that is her right. If a man chooses to misinterpret her signal, that's his problem. Biologically speaking, if something bites you, it is more likely to be female. If a man and woman entering a room together close the door behind them, the man will come out sadder and the woman wiser. If men liked shopping, they'd call it research.